Namaste, welcome Jai Mohanji, all my viewers. Thanks for joining me. Today is Sunday, November 12th. It's Diwali morning. We are celebrating Diwali today, and we will begin reading our book Guru Leela 1. So today is day 2. It's a continuous series of reading. Today we are on day 2, and I'll continue from where I stopped last session. Words from a master. Various siddhas and highly evolved spiritual masters who have spent time with Mohanji have expressed their views on his true stature and stated that the purpose of his physical incarnation is a direct command from the Guru Mandala. In this edition of Guru Leela, we are sharing the acknowledgement from a very highly evolved master and spiritual guide Devi Amma from Bangalore. A disciple of sage Agastya, Devi Amma is an embodiment of love and compassion. A universal mother, her love for Mohanji can be felt in the words by her below. Mohanji is a wonderful person and a very loving son to me. He has and will have many followers in this world. A true Siddha, he is born to lead people into the spiritual path. This is why he keeps traveling all over the world. He is the energy of Vishwamitra, a friend of the universe. A compassionate and humble person, he respects others and graciously receives any suggestion given to him. I lovingly call him Jagat Mitra. There are many divine beings taken birth in this world, and in them many sparks of Dattatreya has come down to help humanity, and one of the sparks is Mohanji, an Amsha of Datta Guru. Amsha means a part of Datta Guru. That is why he has been given the title of Brahma Rishi by Guruji Nadananda as per the instructions of Mahavatar Babaji. So all the followers of him, be honest to him and follow his words, which will help you all to progress in the spiritual path. Agastya's blessings to one and all. I know his wife Devi since a long time. She is a wonderful lady, full of love and compassion, teaching yoga to many people and doing healing. Blessings and love to her and Mohanji. We have pictures of Mohanji with Devi Amma, which I will share it here. Beautiful, aren't they? So, one picture is communion of masters, other one is hug from a mother, and the third one is meeting of masters. We have two more pictures. One is Dattatreya consecration at Skandavel and Mohanji with Swami Suryananda in Shiv Khori cave, Jammu. Let's move on to the next chapter. It's forward. Swami Suryananda, Skandavel Temple, Wales, UK. Over how many cycles of birth and death have each of us journeyed with every action, thought, word, setting in motion countless cycles of reaction. More often than not, we fail to be self-aware, repeating the same patterns of existence that cause us so much turmoil, suffering and distress. Despite our best efforts, our attempts at self-transformation can lack focus and direction. We get constantly distracted by the challenges of everyday life. Frustrated and unfulfilled, we long for a route map, not a generic one prescribed by one religion or another, but a personal map delivered by a competent and experienced guide that is relevant to each of us as a unique individual at this moment in time. When we are eligible, our consciousness opens up to the Guru Tattva, the principle that brings access to a genuine guide who can deliver us liberation via the most direct route. Brahma Rishi Mohanji is one such guide. The transformative power of divine experiences resonates at the very core of our being as absolute truth, as something real. It awakens us from our mundane existence where we are preoccupied by the transitory world, the senses, and the emotions. It changes our vibration, harmonizing our whole being, giving us clarity, a sense of higher purpose, enabling us to become our true selves. For each one of us, there is a different manifestation of the Guru principle. Mohanji's countless Leelas, through which people are blessed with grace and divine experiences, are always exactly what are required, delivered uniquely and perfectly for each person. Guru Leela doesn't end with delivering experiences to an individual. Mohanji's Leelas have inspired the publication of this book and will draw those who are eligible to read it for generations to come, awakening their divinity and captivating them by its contents. I met Mohanji when he first visited Skandavale temple in 2015. Our community had been introduced to him by one of our Swamis, Swami Govinda, who was invited to join him on the Kailash pilgrimage in 2014. As a community, we were naturally very wary of people purporting to be gurus, especially those with a large entourage of devotees, exclaiming how marvelous and special their particular master was, as we have had a few Charlatans visit Skandavale over the years. I have been privileged to spend over 20 years living in an ashram with a very great master, Guru Subramaniam, the founder of Skandavale. My experience of living with him was that a true master is one who has absolutely nothing to prove, who practices what he taught, whose love is unconditional and boundless, whose awareness is limitless, who is one with all beings and separate from none and totally free. My experience is that Mohanji is all of these. At the first meeting, Mohanji came with Devi and we shared a meal with a few members of a community. I didn't connect with Mohanji at that time. However, a few community members did. And so, in August 2016, three Swamis from Skandavale joined Mohanji on the Kailash Yatra, including the inner Kora. My next meeting with him was at the consecration of a Soma Skanda temple in Switzerland in October 2016. Mohanji arrived straight from Avadhuta Nadananda, transferring his powers to him and investing in him the title of Brahma Rishi. Again, I didn't connect with him, but intuitively was drawn to sit next to him and hold his hand, aware that the vibration emanating from him was transforming me at a deep level. Mohanji made himself available to the Skandavale ashram and a date in October 2017 and set for him to spend 5 days with the monastic community. About 6 weeks before he visited, I had a persistent inspiration to read his book, The Power of Purity. I couldn't understand where this came from, as his book had been readily available for me to read for several years, yet I hadn't been remotely drawn to it. I began to read a couple of pages a day and over the coming weeks was taken aback at how each phrase or chapter I read resonated totally with my thoughts, questions, and state of mind. I couldn't stop thinking about Mohanji's forthcoming visit and the opportunity it presented to discuss my spiritual life with him. About a week prior to his visit, I was bringing the arati back into the Subramaniam temple from offering it to the devotees. On raising it to the Gopuram, where the main murti of Lord Subramaniam is installed, I saw Mohanji's eyes emblazoned right across the Gopuram, and my connection with him was open. In 2018, I was privileged to spend several months with Mohanji in India, visiting temples and places of power such as Mukambika, Arunachala, and Vaishnadevi. I was welcomed into the larger Mohanji family and looked after with much love. Through his grace, and that of the Guru Mandala, I was able to complete the Kailash pilgrimage. In August this year, we were privileged to welcome Mohanji to Skandavale to consecrate the first Murti of Lord Dattatreya. This was the first one to be installed in the temple in Europe. Mohanji had donated Lord Datta alongside Nagaraja to the temple, and through his grace, a beautiful extension to Lord Ranganatha temple had been landscaped and prepared for the installation. The event was infused with divine power and joyfulness. Mohanji says a part of him lives in the Murti, and Lord Datta's presence has brought about a tangible transformation in Skandaveni, enabling our community to grow and fulfill the Sankalpa of Guru Subramanyam and the Guru Mandala. My experience of Mohanji is that he is totally understated. His compassion and love is indeed boundless and unconditional. His approach to life and spirituality is totally pragmatic, practical, and laced with beautiful humor. His presence in my life is sometimes traumatic as it seems to accelerate the manifestation of karmas and tendencies that require expression and fulfillment. Each has to be brought to the surface to be incinerated and annihilated. It's a painful process. My understanding of Guru has been totally transformed from an individual to a principle. That principle manifests through Mohanji as it does through Guru Subramanyam, Lord Datta, and any of the great connected masters of the Guru Mandala, to elevate the consciousness of humanity through examples of highest human values of unity, truth, love, and compassion for all beings, and through direct experiences of grace delivered in the many Leelas of the Guru. Through the grace of Mohanji and the Guru Mandala, may this book inspire and excite you on your spiritual journey, that voyage of discovery to become your true self. Om Namah Shivaya. Moving to the next chapter, the title of the next chapter is From Mohanji's Talks, the Cornerstones of Mohanji's Philosophy, Visualization and Chronology of Creation. It is in the form of questions and answers, so I'll begin reading question 1. Question. You said that everything is predestined and perfectly timed. Then the process of visualization before we obtain what we want in life falls flat, right? The answer that Mohanji gives is, what is the basis of thought? If you look at the clock of life, the basis of thought is inclination. You have an inclination for self-realization. So the thought for self-realization happens. Where does inclination come from? Inclination always comes from karma. There is karma for all this. That is exactly the destiny we are talking about. Where does karma come from? Desire. Where does desire come from? Impression. Everything starts with an impression. It is the first seed. Impression means, example, when I say donkey, your mind immediately produces an image of a donkey and some characteristics of a donkey. Where does it come from? There is a stored data, a subconsciousness. Everything has a root in an impression. Every point in time you are collecting more. This brings forth a desire. Desire makes karma. Karma makes an inclination. Inclination becomes a thought. Thought becomes a word, and word becomes an action. So the environment is created. That is exactly the time-space junction I talked about. The environment of your destiny creating a particular thing. You're not thinking because you want to think. Many people do not even know there's a thing called meditation because it is not part of their agenda. There are numerous types of food that we do not know about. Why? We are experiencing only those things which are important in this journey, in this incarnation. Especially the place of your birth, your friends, your experiences, your location. Everything is collected that way. There is nothing like you didn't put enough effort. This you didn't put enough effort is in inverted commas. If desire is compelling enough, you will definitely put an effort. It happens. It is not that you are voluntarily doing anything. Conscious mind is very weak that way. We feel during the waking state that we are very powerful. I decide. Again, inverted commas, I decide. But where the decision come from? There is an inclination and an opportunity is also provided for the inclination. This is how it works. Nothing is wasted at all. Every moment is fundamentally powerful. Sometimes it may seem like a small moment, but it has a great value for something. You are completing things. Karma is equal to fulfillment. You are having fulfillment one way or the other. Everything leads to fulfillment. Now, next question. Is visualization also linked to karma? And the answer that Mohanji gives us, yes, everything is linked to karma, but what you visualize also matters. Some people visualize a big house, some people visualize relaxation or enlightenment. Everything is linked to karma. An architect visualizes a building before he starts drawing. Everybody visualizes something one way or the other, and it's important. We move to the next question. Question. I do not understand the process of asking and receiving, just going down to earth, coming back and forth to the universe, and co-creates it. When we are looking for peace ahead. Mohanji. Good question. You feel you are separate. That is why this question is coming. If you feel that you are part of infinity, then you understand there is no asking nor receiving, for everything is yours. The unit is asking till it is complete. Basically, you are asking for yourself because you are complete. What tells you are incomplete is your mind or ego. You are saying that you are this simple unit, so you are incomplete. It is not true. You are complete all the time. What you ask, you receive because you are just opening the door. When you ask, you are allowing the sunshine to come. The sun is already there outside. That is why the question of asking itself is the same as asking, I am ready, I am fine now. Again, this is in inverted commas, I am ready, I am fine now. Let me tell you one thing. Elementally, we underestimate ourselves. We think we are powerless. This is where our problem lies. We think we have to get something from somewhere. It is not true. You are complete by birth and you will remain complete all through. This is a fundamental choice you make. Okay, I'm ready for the bigger now, or I'm not what it seems to be. Accept yourself as 100% potential, not what you see in the mirror or what others think about you. Others can think anything, but that's not you. Fundamentally, if we know we are powerful creations, powerful entities, which is true, then all the wars are won. Everything will fall in place. Everything comes to you. There is nothing that you can acquire from outside. What you can acquire from outside is what you do not have, right? If you do not have something, you can take it from outside. What don't you have? In 2010, some of us went into the forest. One sage said, I will connect you to a very powerful master. He lives on a tree. We went to see him. Because he knew we were coming, he ran away. Finally, we found him sitting under a tree. The first question he asked was, why did you spend all that money to come and see me? What can I give you that you don't already have? Second question he asked was, can you hear the sound of birds? Everybody can hear the sound of birds. It's a forest, right? He asked, where are the birds sitting? Are they sitting outside of you or are they sitting inside of you? Where is the sound coming from? If they are inside of you, you have nothing more to do. It means you have expanded yourself so that everything is inside of you. There is nothing outside of you. Then you're already home. If the birds are outside of you, then expand yourself and bring them in. See? Simple spirituality. Then he muttered to himself, how many centuries? When will people stop talking about chakras, aura, kundalini and catch God? Laughter. He was kind of frustrated. When will people stop these gimmicks? Chakra, aura, some sensations, finished. When will you catch God at the end of the day? And he ran away from us. Again, laughter into brackets. It was an amazing experience. It was a very brief discussion, but what he said made sense. It was a very clear statement to people. Stop practicing something silly. Catch God means catch yourself. Simple. See within. Only then you can see God. We are looking for God outside all the time. And then we miss our heartbeat. But if you look at yourself, you will understand the beauty of creation. Beauty of creation is not outside of us. What is outside of us are references or mirrors. What are they telling you? That you are beautiful, you're amazing. Why we do not feel amazing is because we do not see ourselves. How does the heart beat and work so spontaneously every day in a correct manner from birth till death? How is the circulation synchronized? How are the organs collaborating with each other? How does the brain function in a synchronized way? The brain never says, "Today I'm taking leave, so you guys sleep." It never happens, right? How does this whole synchronization happen? Beauty of creation is within. The moment you connect to yourself, you understand the whole world is inside you. There is nothing apart from me. There cannot be anything apart from me. This is the truth. How can there be something? Why do we have 7 billion people and growing? All these people wanted experiences, that's all. Their own set of experiences, that's it. There's no difference between me and you. I'll die someday, you will also die someday. We all have chosen an incarnation for a duration of time. Nothing else you can do about it. Why do we complicate it in spirituality? There are numerous religions, paths, and masters because everybody cannot understand everybody. It is needed. Different people need different paths to reach the same ocean. We are all bubbles from the same ocean, but there are different ways to reach there. We do not understand this because we look outside. Oh, this person is black, that person is white, and this person is yellow. As we are looking outside, we cannot see into the consciousness. To see the consciousness of other people, you need to see yourself. There is no other way. There are a few more questions. I think we should stop here and we'll continue with the question and answers by Mohanji in our next episode. Till then, stay blessed. Wish you a very happy Diwali once again. And let's love the animals as well. Let's share love with them. Let's feed them. And let's feel the vibrations, the energy exchange that happens when we love the animals and all other species and all the beings all around. Thank you.